The normal way to act on a concern is try to make harmony. For example, I can take myself as an example. I'm always been eating when I don't feel well.
As a coping mechanism?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And instead of meeting that feeling, I go to the kitchen and find a chocolate.
What would be a good way to meet that feeling if we can explore that a little bit more?
Just to let it be there.
Just sit with it, yeah.
Be curious about what the feeling is saying.
Where it's coming from.
Yeah, it doesn't take away the feeling.
What gave you the feeling in the first place?
Yeah. Just sort of take it away for a couple of hours. Some go out and say, okay, I have to be social. I have to meet friends. But we sort of run to harmony, to a place where things are better. And for example, the chocolate is really good for 2.5 minutes and makes harmony. But instead you should sort of just say, okay, what is sort of my thoughts trying to say to me? And if the thoughts is trying to say, I'm not happy in this context, I'm not happy with the relationship, I'm not happy with my job, it could be sort of just, you have to make it, acknowledge the thought and sort of make it a part of you, and try to sort of get to know it. And if it's about not being happy in the relationship, you have to deal with that instead of trying to run away from it. Because it doesn't change by itself.
Yeah.
And that, I said earlier, we start nagging. That's sort of the thing we do. I think, have you been to a really big argument?
Yeah, sure.
What's sort of after...
Not very often.
No, but after like 20 seconds of that argument, your mind is telling you, I have to create harmony.
Yeah, so 20 seconds into the argument, you mean, yeah?
Because we don't want to be there. We don't want to be shouting at each other. So we have to find a way out of it. Instead of sort of get to know why did this argue start. We try to get out of it.
Yeah.
And one way of trying to get out of it is you being willing to acknowledge that I was right. We try to win the conversation. So the way to make harmony is to win and then it sort of can last for days. Or we try to find harmony with giving up. Okay, you're right. Let's go on. You're right. It was my fault.
Yeah, both is horrible. Trying to win or just giving up.
Yeah, because we don't really sort of go behind and what started. Why did this argument start? What feeling was it? A lot of time the answer would be, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live in a relationship where you don't talk to each other. I don't want to live in a relationship where we don't have anything in common anymore. I don't want to live just in this team or this, what do we call it when the family AS?
Logistic partners.
Yeah, I want something more. I want to be close to someone. But we don't say those words. We approach it in another way. It's hard to sort of say something, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
But it's the right thing if you're not happy. It's hard to say we are not connected anymore. But it would always be the right thing to say if that's what you feel. In a lot of ways we sort of hope, especially men, we hope that things go over, that there will be harmony in one way or another. That's why a lot of research regards to that men are often taken by surprise when a woman comes and say, I want divorce. But she has been in that divorce for probably a year, 2 years. But for the man, it's like, what? He's been there as well, but he's always sort of, instead of coping with it, he sort of push it away. It ends. Or I'm okay with it because I can watch a game. So we sort of say it's okay and hope it will be better. And are taken by surprise when the woman say, I want a divorce. And we're not prepared. What do we want out of life? And I think it's really easy. We want to meet people who we like.
Yeah.
And who likes us for the one we are, and the other way around. But that's also the difficult thing. You meet someone, the first year is quite often about being the best version of yourself. And also trying to find out, how can I act in a way that she thinks that I'm really okay? I have to know what she needs. And after a year, you sort of are a bit relaxed, because now it's sort of, okay, now we're in a relationship. But in that sort of year, many forget their needs. So you go further on in the relationship, and sort of your needs on what makes you happy is sort of thrown away.
Yeah, you focus so much on pleasing the perceived needs of the other person and forgetting your own needs, basically. Okay,
and
I got
you stand there after like 4 years, 5 years, and say, who am I?
So you lose yourself in the process of trying to win over this other person.
And I think we do it not by thought, but it just happens.
So it's like semi-subconsciously.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we think that it has to be like that. Maybe the first date should be, here is all my bad sides, here is my crappy things, here is I snore all the time. And then you're sort of over that. But we don't do that. We sort of try to act in a good way, and because we want to have that person in our life. But the thing we're saying, maybe you don't like me. You like I have to be another version of myself.
And they fall in love with the person you present.
Yeah, both men and women, when it comes to sort of the point of view where should we stay or should we go? Most of them say, I can't be myself in this relationship. That's the most common word.
And how did you get there, right? How did you get there?
But where is Andreas? And then I was thinking, I don't know. What do I need? What do Andreas need to have it okay? I like being a father. I love being a father. But I couldn't be a father all the time.
Yeah.
I love being at work, but I can't be just work. And I asked myself, okay, but what do I need? And I think we expect that the other person's gonna fill some needs. But my sort of question was, but what do I need?
Yeah.
I looked at people, what do people need? And adapt.
And that's when you lose yourself, right?
Yeah. And as a grown-up, I had to take the consequences of my youth. I didn't have to do that when I was a grown-up. But maybe I did have to do it when I was a child, because it's all about coping. It was all adapting, because I didn't want to get bullied. But in real life, you have to be yourself.
Yeah, this is not a habit that are serving your needs anymore.
So that was sort of a way for me to sort of get to know myself as a grown-up.
And in some cases, maybe you haven't fully developed your personality yet, so you don't really know what you're into or what you like. So while trying to figure that out, you borrow needs and wants from others.
Yeah. And the thing is that we take that with us in the grown-up world as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The people who don't find our honesty in a good way, the question is, do we need them?
Yeah, they can also be a filter, right? It could be a good way to filter out who do you want in your life and
I think so.
who do you don't want.
It could be sort of a risk being honest.
Why are most people feeling that in certain situations it's difficult to be honest? It's because of the risk, the inherent risk, because we're social. I mean, one reason being that we're social animals, and if you think from a evolutionary biology standpoint, you could say that since we're social animals, being not part of a group had huge consequences in the past, where you were living in tribal societies, and if you said or did something that did not sit well with a group, then you were ostracized and you were alone. And how could you sort of deal with that situation with having less resources, having less people to protect you, find food and everything? So the consequences of being ostracized has historically been huge. Now the stakes are lower, but we still have the same biology. We're still wired in the same way. So now, even today in 2025, it's still difficult to take that risk sometimes. But the consequences are so much lower, and I think that's something we need to make people aware of.
If you appreciated that, then click here for more content like this. Go on, click it. And don't forget to subscribe. Be well.